The box office numbers for this past weekend has finally been reviewed, and Wicked and Gladiator 2 came in a little bit below the estimates that was projected for them, both leading into the weekend. Wicked brought in $114 million at the US box office, less than the 120 to 115 million projection it had leading to the weekend, while Gladiator 2 brought in 55.5 million at the US box office, which is less than the 65 to 75 million projection it was being pushed to at least get at the end of the weekend. The reality is that these two films did well. They did well enough for their first weekends, but the problem is that when they didn't meet the projections they were supposed to get, it became more of like, are they going to sustain good legs over time? But that's a conversation for another video. The reality is that they opened well enough, especially Wicked, because Wicked's budget is not that much. So even with this number, it's still one of the highest grossing Thanksgiving release of all time. So it's it's a very, very good number regardless. If you look at the remaining top 10 at the US box office, Red One made 13.3 million for a total of 52.9 million. Venom 3 made 4 million for a total of 133.8 million. Best Christmas Ever made 3.5 million for a total of 25.5 million. Heretic did 2.2 million for a total of 24.8 million. Wild Robot brought in $2 million for a total of 140 million in the US. Smile 2 is still making money, made another $1.1 million for a total of 67.8 million. A Real Pain brought in 1 million, 1.1 million for a total of 5 million. Now, the top 10 at the box office this past weekend brought in a total of 201.9 million at the US this past weekend, which is fantastic, which is actually good. The most obvious movie release of this weekend is Wicked. The problem I have with Wicked is this the international numbers, because the international numbers are not as amazing as I expect it to be. Wicked in its international numbers brought in 100, actually 50.2 million in the international market. So when you add it to the 114 million in the US, it's only made $164.2 million. That's the total it brought in this weekend worldwide. That's not the best I expected it to have earned, but it's okay. The estimates had it that it would at least make $200 million worldwide this weekend, but it's nowhere near that. And then when you look at Red One has reached 117 million dollars worldwide, but that's when you split it between the US number of 52.9 million and its international number of 64.2 million dollars. That gets you that 117.1 million. Then when you take a look at Gladiator is doing well overseas. It's made 165.5 million for a total now of $221 million, and that's when you add the 55.5 million US total to it. Wild Robot is very, very, very big for the studio. You're looking at 176.7 million internationally when you add it all up to its US box office of 140.7 million. You're looking at 317.4 million worldwide. That's a very good number. And then finally, you look at Venom 3. Venom 3 is heading to $500 million worldwide. It's at a total of 133.8 million domestically and 322.6 million internationally. And then you add them up and you get 456.4 million worldwide. That's a very, very good number nonetheless. So I will make sure to leave all the numbers and the details you need to see down below if you're interested in getting to see that. But right now, I'll say Wicked's number is okay, not the best, but very okay. At least the budget of Wicked is literally just a bit over $100 million. So it just needs over 300 million to break even. It doesn't need more than that. It's going to break even. I'm very certain of that. Um, I don't see it making over 600 million, if I'm being honest. Maybe 580 at the box office when it's all said and done. Maybe it could crawl to 600 million, but that's still a good number. Share your thoughts down below. I hope you guys enjoyed the box office report for this past weekend. Do subscribe to the channel. Do like our content. I'll see you guys very much next time.